Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are jumping right into a complete day-in-the-life workflow of the Sagitto Spectrometer app. Whether you're a total novice gearing up for your very first scan or a seasoned pro confidently analyzing field data, this workflow is designed absolutely for you. Let's get into it. Here's our quick roadmap for today. First, getting started and login. Second, connecting and calibrating. Third, single scans and predictions. Fourth, batch and continuous scanning. And finally, managing your saved scans. Section 1. Getting started and login. First things first, we actually need the app, right? It's completely free to download from the App Store on iOS or the Play Store on Android. Now, a super quick note for our Apple users, you're actually going to see two versions in the store. Make sure you grab Sagitto Lite. It's the enhanced version of the original app, and it is highly recommended. Once you've got it open, simply log in using the exact same email and password you used to register on the Sagitto website. Now, technically, you can use the app without logging in just to take and save scans, but logging in is exactly what unlocks the predictive model so you can actually analyze your data. Okay, once you're in, the account tab is brilliantly simple. Your email address and your available credit balance will clearly pop up right on your screen. Just a quick heads up though, it might take a few seconds to display that info after you hit submit, so just give it a beat to sync up. Section 2. Connecting and calibrating. So, the app connects to your Sagitto spectrometer via Bluetooth, but you don't even have to dig through your phone's Bluetooth settings first. By simply navigating to the Scanner tab down at the bottom of the app, it attempts to connect to the spectrometer automatically. You'll know it actually worked when the blue light on your physical spectrometer starts to pulse. Only after that happens will the spectrometer officially show up as a connected device in your phone's main settings. Pretty slick, right? Now, here's a crucial point. Before you go wild taking measurements of your samples, you absolutely have to calibrate the device. You do this by physically taking the white calibration block, placing it perfectly flat against the scanner window, and then just hitting the Calibrate Device button in the app. So you've got the physical white block securely over the scanner window. And in the app, you just use the Calibration Settings menu to kick off the process. And I want to share a really vital tip with you here. If you know you're going to be scanning your samples through plastic bags out in the field, you must calibrate the device through one layer of an empty plastic bag of the exact same type. This makes sure the plastic's material properties don't end up throwing off your final predictions. Section 3. Single Scans and Predictions. Welcome to your main workspace, the Scanner tab. Assuming you're logged in, right above that massive scan button, you're going to see options to select your model provider and the specific predictive model you actually want to use. You'll also spot a Submit Scans to Predictor section. This setting is really important because it dictates exactly what happens to your data the literal second you press scan. You basically have 3 distinct workflow choices for submitting to the predictor. If it's set to off, the app simply saves the scan locally to your phone. If it's set to prompt, it'll pause after every single scan and ask you, hey, do you want to submit this for prediction? And if you set it to auto, it seamlessly sends everything directly to the predictor without asking. Once a prediction is made, bam, the output report pops right up on your screen. Section 4. Batch and continuous scanning. But think about this. What happens if you're out there and you need to scan dozens or even hundreds of similar samples? Pressing star and naming every single scan individually would be absolutely exhausting. That's exactly where batch mode comes in. It is an essential workflow tool that groups a set number of consecutive scans together under one single overarching name. It keeps your data incredibly organized, and honestly, it saves you a massive amount of time. To get this set up, just tap the little gear icon at the top of the scanner screen to jump into your device settings. Just remember, you can't open this menu if you're already in the middle of a batch. Once you're in the settings, you can define the exact number of scans you want per batch, or, just set it to 0 for infinite scans. You can also toggle on continuous scan mode. This is an absolute game changer because it automatically takes new scans at a set time interval, meaning you literally don't have to press a button at all. Okay, let's talk about an advanced pro tip for your workflow. If you're collecting data specifically to train new predictive models, your data has to be neatly labeled. It's a must. In the device settings, under batch naming, choose manual keyboard entry, so you can give each batch a unique name. Plus, be sure to turn on cache last name. This automatically fills the name prompt with whatever you typed last. So if your sample names are super similar, you only have to make a tiny edit instead of retyping the whole shebang. On the flip side, maybe you don't really need highly specific names. If you're just doing a quick sample screening and don't plan on reusing the raw spectra down the road, change your batch naming mode to automatic. The app instantly tags every batch or scan with a timestamp and your spectrometer's serial number. It is unbelievably fast and requires zero typing. Section 5. Managing your saved scans. So you've done the work, you've taken the scans. Where do they go? Every single scan and batch is safely tucked away in the Saved tab. From this list, you can tap to select multiple entries at once. And then you've got some powerful options across that top menu. You can hit the share icon to send the scans using your phone's normal sharing tools. You can tap the trash can to bulk delete them if you messed up. Or you can actually plot them on a chart. If you do plot the charts of your absorbance spectra, check out the great toggle feature at the top right. Detailed mode shows every single individual spectrum, which honestly can look like a crazy web of intersecting lines. To clean that all up, just toggle over to average view. This beautifully simplifies the graph by showing only the mean spectrum from each batch, giving you a much clearer big picture view of your data. And there you have it. You've just walked through the seamless step-by-step journey from initial login and calibration all the way to advanced scanning techniques and final data analysis. The Sagitto app really is designed to make complex spectroscopy totally accessible right from the smartphone in your pocket. So I want to leave you with this thought. Now that you know how to wield features like batch mode, continuous scanning, and auto prediction, how are you going to use these tools to completely transform data collection in your own field? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, happy scanning!